at this Cadillac, man. Look at this Cadillac. That's a Fleetwood, bro. That's like a 68, maybe 66. Check that out. Ronnie, what do you think of that, babe? I mean, are you kidding me? Damn thing looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Wow, Fleetwood, man. It's got to be like a 66. It's got the fins. I don't know, maybe a 65. I don't know what the hell it is. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, I told the guy if you ever sell it, give me a shout out, you know, call. He's like, I'm looking to sell it now. It was my grandmother's or something. It's like, what the hell, dude? It's like, what did she drive, 30 miles a year? I mean, that's a beauty, man. What's going on, Catherine? How you doing, honey? Oh, boy. What a beauty. Congratulations to you, Sandy. That's the best thing I've heard today. I gotta fix this phone up. It's mucked up. Hold on a minute. Thing's gonna slide right off. Oh boy. What the hell is going on? Yeah, let's put that right there. How you doing, Alan Gentry? Good to see you. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Lest we all forget the importance of this, to me, it's the most important holiday of the year in America. Those who gave the full measure of their devotion. All gave some are still giving. All right, it's coffee time. The thing is in tremendous shape, isn't it? I'm not sure what that means, carry class. You'd pay less than that. You'd pay less than what you pay for a new car these days. I mean, it's got to be the best ride in town. That baby's got early AC. How you doing, Blue? What's going on? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm gonna save my trip down to the liquor store. I still have enough beer to get through the week, so. Hope you're doing good too, Blue. Alan and everybody, happy Memorial Day week. As I said at the beginning, this is the most important national holiday to me. All those brave men and women who died in the service of the country. How you doing, Doctor? Yeah, I'll be going over to, I think I'll be going up over next Saturday. I'm no immediate rush. This week, probably Monday night, we'll be going over to Costco. Nice to see everybody. We got a lot going on here. We're going to keep an eye on the lights. We got people on the sidewalk. We don't know where the walk signs are. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. They're all just stumbling around. Doing TC. What is that, Carrie class? The toilet paper work, or what do you mean? Filling up the rolls? Oh, I got up at 5:30 today. I didn't have to. I guess I was so used to getting up early. What the hell? It just what the hell? I don't know. Paperwork King, please hit the thumbs up. We had such a blast last night. It's not going to be as long tonight, but welcoming everybody. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Don't let me slow you down. There you go. Back that mofo right in. There you go. We pulling out. Hit that gas, baby. There we go. Nice muchacho. I'm not ridiculing honest work. I'm asking you what paper you were talking about. Toilet paper? X-ray paper? My, aren't we a little bit thin-skinned? How you doing, Angus Kisses? Touchy, touchy, touchy. I guess we drilled down on the roll in there, baby. We got the doctors in the house. Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Victor. I don't know why I'm such a sucker for black cars. I don't know. It just looks so good. You never fed anybody in your life, Carrie class. You've always been number one. You've had a life of leisure and no responsibilities. Boo, 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 boo. Black looks very stately. Be like, Roosevelt, you are so fine. Stepping out of that fine Cadillac in that Wall Street pinstripe suit. Woo! We got the little ballers. Yeah, I saw another goof try to get over the White House or something. Somebody got drilled. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. My thinking is, right now we have green, yellow, red, and right now we're on orange. We're between yellow and red, according to my model I built, with October being the full red. Do 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 la da dee dee ba doo ba doo boo ba da boo ba doo ba doo ba doo boo ba doo boo. I didn't even have to work today, and I got up early. But now I'm dragging a little bit. Yeah, it's a situation that everybody's had a hand in. The carry class doesn't have to worry. It'll be handed off to future generations to worry about. He will have already sucked the juice out of the lemon. Toss the future generations a shovel and say, there's the hole, get digging. It's going to be exceedingly hard. I had to get to the end of my book to do the math and figure out these people got the shittiest stick in the history of this country. And right there on page 304, I apologize. Not that I lived a high life, but just seemed to go parabolic so quickly. Yeah, you see it. That's awesome. I mean, it's 40 billion bucks, man. That's a lot of living that we've done here that somebody else is going to pay the tab for. That's the bad news. What's that, a 55 Chevy? 53? What the hell that is? Do 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 la da dee dee. It depends what kind of jobs. If you're in software, I'd be keeping my head down real low right now. That Grim Reaper's sweeping through. If you're in AI, you're getting a bit of a bump as it rolls out, so you work yourself out of your job. By 2027, the database should be so corrupted that the internet slows down to a crawl with the voluminous amounts of shit to be processed. And then I guess wait till it gets to the first hospital. It takes down the whole system. That'll get people's attention. Or you start to have blackouts. That'll get people's attention. Look at that stretch limo. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Judy. I like to support people that have been friends of the channel for a lot of years. And I couldn't, yeah, you know, I'm not much of a coffee aficionado, but I have to say that's the best cup I had this year. And I expected the price to be really high. And damn, the price like 16 bucks for a bag, and I see in the stores that's the same damn price as a lot of the other stuff these days. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of our spending is structural, so you're now spending $1 trillion a year just for debt service, so you're not getting anything out of that. That's money that's no longer stimulating anything. That now becomes a terrific drag on the economy. So yeah, I figure things will be flashing red by October. They're orange right now. I built my own proprietary model. Don't block the sidewalk. There's Shimei. All right, there we go. Let's flip that around. Hold that baby in there. What was it? What was the question to him? I've been invested in a lot of gold now. I'm going to tell you, Alan Gentry, this is something that I worked on statistically for my book. How you doing, Naomi? What's going on, babe? If you chart the price of gold since 1950, and you put the price of gold on there, and then you chart that against the growth, the national debt over time, you'll see that they track with a 0.99 correlation coefficient, which is a perfect, 1.0 is perfect correlation. They're, like I said, they might as well have taken a nail gun and hooked them together. So you know which way gold's going. I mean, and I don't think anybody ever plotted against the total amount of debt. They do deficit or inflation, but this was astounding. It's not inflation, it's the national debt. I mean, it doesn't track inflation as much as you think it does. It tracks national debt perfectly. It has like a 0.68 correlation to inflation, but it has a 0.98 to the total national debt that grows over time. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. What is the solution to debt? Well, there's only two solutions. There's three solutions if you count the short-term one. Back in World War II, the need for money was so great to start capitalizing for war after Pearl Harbor that the government put a cap on the interest rates that you could charge. People don't know this because people don't study history and have no idea of it. They don't know shit about what happened, but they capped interest rates at a certain percentage. That was it. And then the Fed would go in and execute maneuvers to keep that interest rates down. That's one possibility you could do. But see, we're in a global market now. And we need foreign money coming in here and buying, particularly Asian money. And they're pretty gun shy now, so that's not going to move. That's not going to happen. Number two, you can radically cut spending. Nobody will get reelected. I mean, somebody will get elected, but it'll be the end of the line for the current boys. When all the old people start showing up for their Social Security protest, eat the rich. So that's not going to happen. So what does that leave? Number three, just keep borrowing and interest rates start tracking upward. And then when nobody's buying at the auction, start getting the Federal Reserve to create money out of thin air and go in and buy those bonds that are sold every week. Social Security has everything to do. It's cumulative debt. It's expectations for the future. It's already a system that's actuarially busted, so it has everything to do with it. It's an obligation. It's as much an obligation on future wealth as debt payments are. You better stick to engineering, Carrie class, because you don't know a damn thing about economics. Just look at that idiot mayor of Seattle Drive Millionaires. Well, you know what I say to that, Dr. Frankenstein? I say, the people got who they wanted in office. And how you doing? Olivia Fig Newton John? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't. I know Starbucks is making the transition to Tennessee. They have to do it delicately, or they're liable to have their offices swarmed and firebombed by protesters if they announce it. So they're pulling a little slick maneuver. They're starting to slowly get everything creeped over to Tennessee.
Here.
Very slowly.
Guys, go ahead.
Waiting for Addie.
No, she's doing your makeup.
Oh, Addie's saying too?
Yeah.
Well, I think the state and stuff is 6 things, but I wouldn't count out yet because people have a very short memory. People have a very, very short memory when it comes to, you settle down the Iran war. You have quite a different distance to go between now and November. People put it behind them. They get tired of the Medea Benjamins and Code Pink and all these people out on the street corners. Let's see. What's going on, Desert? How you doing? Well, again, if the Democrats win, it'll be because the people wanted them in and they've done the things that need to do to get elected. So, to me, it doesn't really matter no matter which way it goes. It's like, went to Prim today, Titus. Desert, I'll bet that you could, they're trying to grab every penny they can at the end. You ain't gonna make nothing down there. Come July, it's over, baby. It's done. Stick a fork in it. It is done. And I went there before it closed. Yeah. I just have no interest in going there. I mean, the Buffalo Bills. It was cool to go to Whiskey Pete's when they had the Bonnie and Clyde car there. They have such short memories. Just another what else is going on? Yeah, you're just people have no memory of stuff. They'll go to the polls. What are we mad about? You know, what do you? The question is, what do you expect politicians to do these days? The chief, no other reason. It's like the old pop couldn't even get out of the damn car. Doing everything. Well, it's Alan. It's time to it's the passing of the torch to the Far East. I mean, every dog has its day, right? And when you start enacting programs that disincentivize the nation, you don't give a shit about your kids' education anymore. You luxuriate your own lifestyle. Not you, I'm talking about, but in general, it's the beginning of the end. You can have Shimei read it right out of Deuteronomy. It's right there. Might be junk, but all it has to be is competitive. People will buy a piece of junk. I remember my sister had a Dutton 610 or something back in maybe 1970. 72, my father went ballistic. Japanese just build shit. It's just junk. Why would you buy that? Now look at Honda, Toyota, and Subaru. The bottom line is you just get yourself painted into a corner, and then it's hard to get interest rates to back off. It's almost like a ratchet wrench. It just puts them up, and the Asian countries are pulling back. They're not liking what they're seeing in our deficit, or they're seeing the software model blow up under cover of the AI splurge. They're seeing software explode, burn up, and they know that AI commoditization is not going to be far behind. Let's just listen to Pink Floyd until the end. How you doing, Adventure with Dan? You would think after all these years building a transmission would be a routine thing with all the computer technology, tolerances, CNC. It's hard to believe. That's why I don't ever let the cats in the house. They'd be whizzing all over, spraying. Never. Yeah, I mean, they're terribly complex, but I'm just saying there comes a point where, you either make a wheel for a car or you don't. I mean, how many shitty wheels are out there? Maybe some of the metallurgy's a little shitty on them, but come on, man. You want to go and spray. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't let them in there. I never let them. If people are like, oh, you should let all those cats in the house, my house would smell like hell. They're happy outside. They're free to frolic all night. That's good. Run down there and chill out at that goose in the burn. I don't know. I've never been there. But Raider, you make sure to enjoy Las Vegas when you're there. I have a variable transmission in this, and I have 153,000 miles. I haven't put a dime into this vehicle. Same spark plugs, injectors, oxygen sensor. The only thing I did was change the coolant at 150,000 miles and put a timing serpentine belt on it 100,000 miles. Well, I got a Nissan truck. Yeah, the van's still going good, Adventure. It's gone great. I mean, somebody said it'll never last. Fiat shit. It's one of the most popular things that Ram produced was the ProMaster line. Shit, this baby could go to 3 bills. You never know. I always change the oil at 5,000 miles. Hey, Melody. Well, it's like they make stuff now, so, you know, if your refrigerator goes, you could call a technician in and they'd, no, we can't get in that unit. No, man. It's all sealed up. It's made for one-time use. What was the one they were talking about? Something people were complaining about. Oh, like if you have a John Deere tractor or something and you buy a John Deere tractor, you can't do the work yourself because it all has to be reprogrammed, the software and everything, and then it's impossible to do it without nobody can work on their own John Deere tractor anymore. And that's by design because everybody wants that recurring revenue. That software subscription, that thing that puts it on autopilot for the field, GPS plows perfect lines. Well, that's $400 a month or something for that. Again, that's because the emission requirements. It's fine, carry class, you know. When I was a kid, everywhere I'd look around, Baltimore City, trash floating everywhere, oil slicks, direct dumping, allied chemicals, just dumping chemicals straight into the harbor, chromium, all this shit. Bethlehem Steel, just tons of sludge, and Bethlehem Steel shipyards there. Western Electric, Procter & Gamble, General Motors, truck and bus division. Shit, dude. Now you can fish and crab there and swim there. The air's clean. I had a lot of people talk to me about my thing about diabetes and the subsidies of the agricultural subsidies, and a perfect correlation of that. Yeah, the planned obsolescence was maybe on the table, and then the Japanese came in, and it's like, oh well, we didn't see this coming, boys. Let's pull out plan B now. Now we got to start building some good cars. It's nothing like competition to get the juices flowing. They could build a car there right now. They don't do it. They want to sell cars. Last night was a great discussion. I got a lot of mail today about that. A lot of questions, complicated. I know some people just didn't quite understand what I was saying last night. But if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. Yeah, last night was great. I mean, we learned a little something. Well, Carrie Class is 80 years old. He's had 3 cars, so they're not going to make a lot of money off of him. Do 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 do. I think Carrie Class is saying, you know, why doesn't somebody build a car that can really last and then just charge more for it? You know, guarantee it for 300,000 miles or something. Well, I'm feeling pretty hopeful. Some of the news that's coming out. Maybe a 60-day ceasefire or something. It's going to be a hot summer. After 60 days, you're talking about right in the middle of, you're hitting right in July, peak heat over there in humidity. Freak sound like, and they're trying hard to make a cheap, affordable car. It's not so much the emissions, the crash standards. You know, if they had their way, they would put you in a piece of plastic. No bumper. Just tell you, here's the keys, drive carefully. I'm going to suggest you don't get in an accident, because it's like a shit bubble, man. It's like riding around in an egg. That's why when you guys weren't here, but when I first went live today, I was showing Ronnie this 66 Cadillac Fleetwood. I told the guy that owns it, he said, no, it was my grandmother's. The guy's 80 years old or whatever. I said, yeah, we're going to sell it and donate the money to the church. I'm like, well, make sure to look me up. Well, what's bad is the metallurgy now. You know, you have a small piece of metal, a block, 3 cylinders, and you're rating 247 horsepower out of it. You can understand. You get 100,000 miles out of that bad boy, you're gonna be feeling pretty good on that. With turbocharging, I mean, you're doing shit to that as components, that RPMs, it ain't right. Bronco, a 3-cylinder. Shit, why don't we just have a 1-cylinder piston? Yeah, it's hard to believe, Venture, but I don't want to be in a smart car and get hit. They might give more power, but they get more pounding per square inch of metal. They have what we call they don't have a distributed load. And that's very problematic. We'll know in another couple of years when they start to hit the higher mileage, these turbocharged 3-cylinders. And they're shot in. That's what I'm saying, man. You can't have that type of horsepower in a small frame and an internal with crank journals and with the piston, the connecting rods, and give me a break. And you're going to turbocharge that thing? Yeah, that's good, Melody. Ford Windsor with the L6 transmission or whatever. That was a bulletproof package. That's why you still see a lot of camper vans, coachmen out there. Yeah, the 3-cylinder Fiat 500. I don't know anybody that bought a Fiat recently, the little Fiat 300. People have a general dislike of small cars in America. You know, it's hard to, you walk out of a 2,500 square foot house. Yeah, something feels weird to you when you scoot your ass into a small car. It's not like, 1928 when the house was 1,000 square feet for twice as many people as today. Well, even like Honda discontinued their FITs. You can't find the little Civics that they used to make. I mean, right across here, you see right there. I'd love to have a little one like that. And then they just get bigger and bigger. Not that small. No way, Jose. It's hard to find it genuinely. The closest I saw was the bolts. There are still a lot of bolts riding around. Yeah, I got to get new parts to rebuild I do it about every 4 or 5 years. I rebuild the grill. Do they still make the Kia Rio? I guess they do. I'm not sure, Shemay. We'll have to go down to Jim Bone Kia. Yeah, I just don't like small pieces of metal doing higher horsepower than V6s, V8s. with turbocharging. I mean, your metallurgy has to be flawless. Yeah, and they just stopped making it. They just stopped making the little Civic. I guess they couldn't turn a profit on it. I like the RAV4 style. I like the, you know, you had the tire mounted on the back. Hey Alex, how you doing? Potholes in would swallow up little cars. I don't know. I was on the 95 and it was all right. I was down in Englewood Cliffs and Washington Heights. You said they discontinued it for emission reasons or something. Yeah, I heard about the DC shooting today, Mario. How you doing, by the way? In my book I wrote, I describe at the beginning of the nation how Andrew Jackson all the way back to Adams would have open houses where people could come into the White House, no security checks, no. Theodore Roosevelt still holds the record at the White House for the most hands shaken, at 8,000 some hands in one day. People coming in all the way up to the time of Herbert Hoover in 1932. Show up on Saturday, go through the line, president shake your hand. Now look at us. Did the landscape change, or did we just start raising different kind of people in the country? Too much wealth. Too much wealth from 1945 to 1970. Led a nation to begin engaging in navel gazing. Yeah, you wish they made the RAV4 still with the little design. Too much wealth too fast destroyed this nation. And then it was replaced by borrowing. Depression, nobody had money. During World War II, everybody had money but nothing to buy. Put those two together and you got a classic kaboom. I look for connectedness. I look for correlations between things. Like nobody in the history of the country, in the history of analysis, ever put together the rise of diabetes with agricultural subsidies in America. Till last night. I laid it out perfectly. Archer Daniel Midland's wet milling process. Ration book. Oh, that's cool. I worked for Bud Roses and he started custom amplifier in his 20s, was a multimillionaire at 27. Satellite. Well, do you have a goal with your nutrition carry class? Are you trying to be like Peter Thiel and Brian Johnson? Optimization for long life. Let's see, mushroom. Yeah, it's good. You look at Saul Morant starting Morant's Corporation on his mother's kitchen table in Kew Gardens in over in Queens. Avery Fisher Radio. Hewlett Packard, a garage in Palo Alto. Steve Jobs, a garage in Silicon Valley. Steve Wozniak. We still got self-made people. I mean, Sergey Brin and the other guy for Google. But we're coming into a different era now. Like I said last night, when you see the safety officer of Anthropic Corporation resign to go read poetry under a tree. Yeah, now people fall all over themselves to buy tube stuff these days. Tube stereo, AM, FM, amplifiers. They love the sound of tubes, which I think may be more in the head. I don't know. I think it's an Indian name. Begins with an M. It's Morangi or something. You just ask Google what was the name of the safety officer who quit for Anthropic. He said the world is in peril, not just because of AI, but the confluence of shit going on. Yeah. Just the kids want to get in touch with something that was real, like tube amplifiers. They love the glow of the tubes. It's good, but now, a couple months ago when the Treasury Secretary had a meeting with the head of Anthropic, and he said, do we have to worry about this AI? And the guy's like, we don't have to worry about it, for 6 months or so. And Scott Besson's like, what does that mean? It's like, do we have to worry? And the guy said, I can't guarantee you, Mr. Secretary, that beyond 16 months or so, it starts to get a little weird. So he leaves that meeting. Scott Besson, the Treasury Secretary of the United States, who's a skilled guy. He came out of the money markets and hedge funds. His hair standing on end after that meeting. He immediately calls in all the heads of the major banks in the United States. Sits down and says, boys, we might have a problema. Your internal controls better be strong as hell, boys. Because if this sumbitch gets loose and if somebody throws weeds into your system and pollutes it, we'll never get them out again. And I feel sure sometime in the next year there's going to be hospitals that start to go down suddenly. Victimized by hackers that hold hostage the hospitals. Rolling blackouts or blackouts, suddenly unexplained shit. Over something. Yeah, so I spend half my life replacing caps. Problem is, as I said yesterday, the bad stuff is replicating so fast in the big pond of information now and it's being so run by bots that it's pushing up junk answers to the top of the inquiry pile. The more you hype something, the more bots running around clicking on something or whatever, the higher it goes in the rankings. And pretty soon your junk flows to the top of it's going to be the first thing AI grabs. And then other people are going to build on top of that. Yes, there's going to be very negative consequences for the whole system. And they've tried everything, emergency, hiring thousands of people to make clean data to review stuff. A human being can maybe review 60 papers, 50 papers in a day. Meanwhile, there's you know, there's another 5,000 being dumped in on the day. You know, it's just, it's fake papers, fake thumbs up, fake comments. It's a disaster. And you say, well, so what? But as the volume builds, it begins to slow down the system till pretty soon you'll notice that your answer takes longer and longer. And you'll start to see some weird shit that doesn't make sense in your answers. And then it just slows to a crawl, and then it's it. That's why the ultimate people, it's like, this is why I think there's a new dark ages coming, because you're going to have to go back to paper. You're going to have to rebuild. You know, libraries are going to be in demand, first editions of books and stuff like that, because you need clean source shit to rebuild, and even then people will poison it. As I said last night, the weak link was human nature. That's the downfall of the system, was thinking that everybody would be a good player and everybody would be abide by the rules. And if you know anything about human nature, ain't never gonna happen. That's why these young people are so mad right now. They're standing outside of commencement graduation ceremonies with their Stop AI slop and all this stuff, and the commencement speakers are being booed, talking about AI. It's about as welcome as a fart in a church. Kids are smart. They're pretty savvy. But they'll be looking for people to blame. They'll be hunting people down. You believe that? About some woman, get a message say to woman, I don't understand a damn thing you talked about, but I enjoyed the guitar playing and the drinking and the fun. Oh, that is cool. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Isn't that what Meatloaf sang? Because 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm impressed by this guy's political speaker. Very smart man. Moker, smart kid. You know who's going to make money? The people that have the repository of studies that have never been scraped for the internet before. Tens of thousands of studies that have been publishing houses that have been around for 200 years. All that pristine scientific data, chemical data, electrical engineering data. It's going to be the inverse occurs. They're going to be the ones charging people at the wazoo, and the big tech companies are going to have to pay it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've got to understand, guys, this could be a return to like the monks over candles, copying books and shit here. You're talking about the total corruption of dependable information occurring on the web right now. You say, well, so what? People just, but if if somebody takes the information in a study that's a fake study and then builds on top of that and people start to die, yeah, then you start to have a problem. Oh, this chemical formulation wasn't correct. But I saw the study, it was peer reviewed, right? It was 18 people. Dude, that was fake. Well, we dropped a couple molecules off when we were rebuilding that, and ooh. What's going on, Elmer? Error compounds over top of error. So this is why their tech companies behind closed doors are in such a panic right now. So now the old publishers stand to make a bloody fortune. That's why I thought it was so funny that Google went to Reddit and gave them $50 million or whatever. Said, let us scrape your database for back before 2023 and find out what people were talking about. And there's a lot of subreddits that are very technical, and you couldn't ever let this shit get out into the public. Well, I guess you could, because 9 out of 10 people won't even understand what the hell you're talking about. So we're gonna get the beer next week. Yeah, I got enough beer to get through this week. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Just every time you try to do an evasive maneuver, AI just works right around it instantly. In other words, it's learning quickly how to circumvent systems and things. Elmer, East German Elmer, please hit that thumbs up button, guys. It is appreciated. Anybody have any questions? Well, what it is the ultimate corruption of human knowledge. It's just like, what's true anymore? Everything you do, everything we do, we have to have a human being sit down and see if it's true or not. It has to verify it. And he doesn't even know how to verify it anymore. And it's like, shit. Brings your whole engineering department to a standstill. It's like throwing a bag of sand into your automobile engine. Yeah, it'll run for a bit. They don't have much to look forward to. They have a nightmare on tap for them. That's why I said my last chapter, right there, I apologize. We should have done better. We couldn't bear that burden. Now you have to bear something that's 10 times worse than we would have born if we were just willing to take it upon ourselves. So I said to myself, you know, what is it? It's May. We're coming up to June. My birthday month. I said, you know what? I got June, July, August, September. I'm going to enjoy the 4 months. And then whatever the hell happens, happens. East German. And the saddest thing is they're bringing these turkeys to the marketplace, SpaceX. You're never going to make a dime on that. Anthropic or OpenAI, never going to see a dime. What you're doing, Melody, is you're taking them down to Arizona. You're lining them up at the edge of the Grand Canyon, and you're saying, here, everybody take a shovel and start filling in the Grand Canyon. That's about the equivalent job that you're giving them to do. Like digging a canal from Beijing to Xinjiang with teaspoons. Our current system won't allow it fixed because, to tell you the truth, when it comes to technology, they always thought this thing would be great and that everybody would be upright, honest players. They never took into account a naturally corrupt human nature. And therein lays the downfall. Now they're like, well, I don't know, man. We just got to dump these turkeys off to the public while we still can. And then traveling more beautifully in East Germany. I wonder how beautiful East Germany is. Because you're going to get the ice cream all over the seats there. That's about the task they have in front of them, Melody. That's about the scale of what you're looking at there. While the debt is building, you're losing these well-paying white-collar software engineer jobs and shit. We've already lost $3 trillion that's 3 with a T of value off of enterprise software so far, and it's still going on. That's real wealth that was in somebody's portfolio that air is coming out of it. So I wish I could be sanguine and say, it'll be all right. But the mathematician side in me, the person that understands y equals mx plus b and then start to get exponential functions, yeah, I can see. It's not gonna happen. It's impossible. You get a one-time burst from AI until the people that are training AI are then put out of business by AI. Then you have a very thin, enormous portions of the luxury sector, the service sector disappear or degrade. Nail salons, restaurants, coffee shops, you start to shrink in the economy. That's what Vegas is sweating bullets about right now. And they just broke ground on their convention center just in time for their expansion, just in time for companies to cut out conventions and that type of spending and stuff. Google used to just answer with the most popular, right? They would do any search engine is optimized to get to put up in front of you the number one returned answer. You can't tell Google find out the true stuff from the false stuff because it's like looking at two apples in a barrel and saying which are the real apples and which are the fake. It's I don't know. So the more the bots run around and push up clicks and likes and fake comments on stuff, the higher the crap floats to the surface, and pretty soon you're going to start to see hallucinations what they call hallucinations when you ask it what's 2 and 2 and it says 5. It's like, what the WTF, bro? What? What's going on, Fields? So right now we're just at about 70% of the reservoirs just filled with crap. And it's rising by the hour. And honestly, they don't know what the hell to do. They try to create clean data to then they want to charge you for their clean data pools that they messed up the big pool. Which is the ultimate irony. They crap in the swimming pool and then they want to charge you to sleep, to go swim in their private country club pool, which itself is being seeded with BS because of corrupt people on the inside. It's like, screw this. I see how this is going. Let me toss a few more little grenades in there. I can have any life. I will be good. Bill Bicknell. I'd be Jimmy Stewart in Bedford Falls with Donna Reed. Now hold on a minute, Sir Potter. You're a warped, frustrated old man. George, you're worth more dead than alive. You come in here with this measly insurance policy. Yeah, well, the DA's going to want to see you. You've been trading the market, George? Playing the stocks? No, sir. Donna Reed, man, that's my gal. Donna Reed and Teresa Wright. What do we say, Dr. Frankenstein? Out, you pixies! Don't need no guys giving the joint atmosphere around here. Ah, shit. I always laugh when Dr. Frankenstein says that. Uh, yeah, these poor kids graduating in from college and getting into dipping their toes into this crap. Yeah, we don't need no colorful cars. What give the joint atmosphere? Get me, I'm giving wings. Cha-ching. That's pretty funny. So try to do what you can to help people out. All right, I'm tired. Oh, thank you, Angus Kisses. You're so sweet, honey. Thank you. I think I talked enough last night for two streams. Yeah, please give a like, guys. We're trying to get those likes up. I know this cat's going to be hitting the bed early tonight. That's the important thing. If you generally get 5 hours of sleep, you get 1 day a week where you got to catch up and make good on it. Yeah, I hope all you guys get a little bit educated about AI. I think it's important. Just generally, you don't have to know how to apply it and build models. I mean, I'm doing that shit all the time. Just have a working idea of what it's about so shit doesn't blindside you. Yeah, I would definitely put some money into precious. I'd keep putting precious metals money in. What shocks me, Alan Gentry, is how undervalued companies like ConAgra, Campbell's, Armor, companies that actually produce food. When you compare them to the ridiculous value of companies dealing in air. You know, I want to get into some Campbell's soup or some Conagra, but I can't put the picture in my head yet. Bar S Ranch. You'll eat Bar S and you'll like it. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Do 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 do, la da dee dee dee, la do 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 do, lo do 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 do. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Come and fly away. Do 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 do. The nice compliment tonight was that Angus Kisses really enjoyed the conversation, and last night's Friday nights are always good. Yeah, you look at a company like Campbell's Soup and you say to yourself, holy smokes, that's like a backbone food company. And then you think, wow. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Fly, do 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 do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That didn't help any, but that's the time you got to make the move. Right? That's like when a company cuts its dividend. That's the time to get in there, man. Massive restructuring is coming. I have an alert set up so that I get a notification when they cut the dividend. Yeah, it was a great evening. You needed to get your mind off of stuff. Angus Kisses, and it worked. Melody needed to get her mind off of it. My girls have been down a little bit. The library will close at 9 p.m. exactly. Please have all of your books checked out. Ding, ding, ding. The Baltimore City Enoch Pratt Central Library will close at 9 p.m. exactly. Please have all of your books checked out. Ding, ding, ding. It's like a damn nuclear bomb warning. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's hard to get a cannery back when you close it down. I definitely worry about food security in the future. It's going to be a real big problem. I don't like what's happening climatologically speaking in some of the growing regions. Some weather patterns are looking a bit dicey. When that USDA crop report came out and rated wheat poor, ooh, that was the first time in decades. Yeah, I'm in the wheat market, you better believe it. Oh, what's going on, JCal? I'm just heading back to the Rancho. You must be getting some ramen noodles or something over there. We're over at Chick-fil-A. Summer noodles. See how good I am? I know it's over there. Say hi to Harmony. Tell her Roosevelt said hi. The legend, J.K. NoCal. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Yellow bird, la da do 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 do, ba do ba boo, did fly away. Do 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 do. We're on the freeway. People like it when I freestyle on the guitar. Bum bum ba doo do 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 do. JK, you still have your Lake County. Good night, Shimei. Thank you. Still have your Lake County stuff up there. That was funny. Last night we're shopping, and just as we're walking into the store, the guy's taking off his stole merch and got into his Honda and took off. I guess it wasn't funny if you're Safeway. I don't know what the guy would have done if he confronted him in a fight. I mean, the security guard was like 100 pounds soaking wet or something. I thought it was a skinny girl at first. They're rolling it to me tote tonight. Do 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 ba 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 boo. Boo boo, she's a tortilla. Young tortilla. I don't know what somebody did wrong. This guy's not happy. He's gonna go nail this person. He's got somebody in the gun sights, the popo. Don't stop in front of my house, please. Where's he gonna pull this bird over? Ambulance down here, are you kidding me? Stuff's just getting worse and worse. We have another accident. Do 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 do. Must have had a shooting or something. I don't know. Probably had a shooting or something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into the Rancho or not. Go right up on the curb. Boy. Oh, I got in. Oof. Boy, what a neighborhood, man. Let's see what's going on. Carrie class, don't you have a toilet to clean? See what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Santa Rosa's finest, man. Paramedic Squad 8 on duty. Always, this is the most action-packed street in the city. Fuck. I'm glad I was able to get in the damn driveway. There's a lot of police here. Oh, shit. Butterfingers. What the hell happened? We have an accident over here or something?
Pop up in here? Yep. I mean, I don't know how the billing will work if you were assaulted, but...
Oh, had an assault. This guy got assaulted here.
But we recommend it, you know what I mean?
Must have had a fight or something over here.
At the very least, if you go with us, call Dr. I'll give you that. And if doctors can make sure your nose is broken. If it is broken, then you really need to fix it. Give some pain medication if you need. They'll probably be giving you an x-ray or a CT of your head. Just make sure none of your skull is actually broken. But that's why I recommend it. But, okay. Yeah.
Guys must have gotten a confrontation. This guy's got, like, I think he might have a broken nose or something. I'll tell you, the Rancho is like ground zero for action, man. Ground zero for action. I think probably they were in their cars and one was going in and one was coming out. And the guy coming out maybe wanted the right of way or something, I don't know. It's another night in the hood. Welcome to Santa Rosa. You wouldn't believe it, bet 50% higher than the national average for bullshit coming down. I think in another couple of years, our police force is going to be majority women here. She's moving that. I hope nobody got shot. What's going on?
The fighting.
What happened?
The fighting.
Oh. Was the guy trying to come out and the other guy went in or something?
I don't know. Put him in.
Yeah, I'm just right here. I don't know what the hell happened. I was glad I was able to get into my driveway. Well, as long as nobody got shot or anything.
No, it's fighting.
Okay. They got enough cops here for a fight. Huh?
Pardon me?
They have enough cops around here, don't they? For the fight, I mean, a couple guys fighting, we have 50 cops around here.
Yeah. Well, a lot of noise.
Yeah. Well, we live in a colorful neighborhood. You know? Have a good one, bro. Guys like that's like holy shit. Look at this crap I got to deal with. Somebody will sue me. These things coming in. Rotten mofo. What's going on, Kelly? What's happening? Oh, brother. Look at my beautiful hydrangeas. Hey, Sarah. Look at them, baby. How beautiful. Must have been a hell of a fight. Oh, wow. Must have been a hell of a fight. Oh, I hate doing anything with hedges or anything like that. I love a colorful neighborhood. You gotta wait for Blackbird's gonna be along tonight. I know it, so don't bother me. Don't bug me, boys. Don't muck with me, boys. Look at Magic. He's always like, don't come near me, you other. Magic's tough. Look at that tail's always moving. He's always angry. He's always peeved. He's got guard on the door right there. You know, we can't, I don't know what the hell happened to Rosie. Rosie's gone. I don't know what the hell happened. I haven't seen Rosie. Just suddenly noticed. Don't know what the hell. Baby Socks is hanging around again. That mofo. Oh, brother. All right. All right. What an interesting night, huh? Roosevelt, you are so fine. Your neighborhood is fire, man. Fire. I'm like back in Baltimore City again. Woo, woo. Po-po everywhere, every weekend. The boys are mixing it up. What are you doing, boys? As Joan Crawford said, don't blank with me, boys.
We strongly urge you to go to fromhisheart.org, click the Why Jesus link. There you'll get a better understanding.
Yellow bird, come fly away with me.
How much God loves.
Yellow bird.
Again, that's the Why Jesus link at fromhisheart.org. Well, that's it.
Oh, let's get a beer, man. I can't take all the excitement tonight. Holy smokes. Yellow bird, come fly away with me.
And we would like to invite you to check out our newly constructed website at kfaith.org. At kfaith.org, you can listen live from your computer or phone. See our program schedule. You can find out what time and day each program is on. You can also click through to your favorite pastor's website. Visit kfaith.org daily for your inspirational Bible verse of the day. Or from the website, you can download our K-Faith app. Once you have the app on your phone, you can take K-Faith with you everywhere you go. K-Faith is a non-profit organization. We rely on our sponsors and your donations to make this work. And if you're able to do so, you can donate.
Yeah, this street right here, this is the hot corner of town, baby. This is it. This is it.
All at the new K-Faith website, kfaith.org. Check it out today, and thank you for supporting us here at K-Faith. Check out the new K-Faith website at www.kfaith.org. And thank you for listening to K-Faith, Christian-based talk radio. The programs you listen to here are brought to you in part.
I just want to get my good jersey out of the dryer. Stand by for news.
Well over 30 years
All
of
heart,
experience
news
and providing the
house.
highest level of electrical services to residential, commercial, and industrial clients in the North Bay and beyond. Alliance offers all levels of electrical repair, from a light switch or a ceiling fan to replacing an electrical panel. Alliance Electric's professional team is standing by to help with any of your electrical needs, be them small or large. When you use Alliance for your electrical needs, you not only
Come
get
fly
great service, but
away
you also
with me. Ooh, Rosie, you're always talking all the time. I know.
Contractor company offering electrical installation, repair, and maintenance. You can contact Alliance Electric today. 707-837-6722. That's 707-837-6722. We thank Alliance Electric.
Let's have a beer.
Here at K-Faith. Here's Dr.
Yellow bird. Let's have a brewski. Let's have a brew. Good night, Alan. Thank you for coming in tonight. It was nice to do that review on that coffee. I was really happy to do that for a long-term subscriber. It's nice. That's why it's a two-way street, you know, when somebody's kind enough, they've been with you a long time. Yeah. That's nice. It's like when Judy gave the Costco membership. Live from County. He said Dad will be there. All right, well, you tell him he's got some. Yeah, okay.
We rely on your generosity to be able to keep bringing you the Word of God. If you're not equipped hearing, please help out with a donation. It's easy at our website, faithfaith.org. If you have a business,
Now I guess he hit the road, so I'll take care of the cats in a bit.
thousands of like-minded people by sponsoring the program on this radio station.
I gotta have a drink.
706-696-7591. That's 707-696-7591. You found K-Faith, serving Marin.
You can tell he got his tax refund.
Thanks for listening.
When Jesus moved into your life, he moved into the master bedroom. So when you come in, he'll stay in guest room. Come into the master bedroom, and you go stay in the guest room. Because he moves into our lives to revolutionize them.
Jesus stands at the door, but once you let him in, he's not in your house as a guest. Hello, and thanks for stopping by for today's Destined for Victory. We feature the preaching ministry.
All right, well, I'll make sure the cats are fed.
God doesn't want to supplement your life. He wants to revolutionize
Well, that's good to know.
you from the inside out. So that you can
I'll probably be up there for a week or two.
As you'll see today, that can only happen by faith. The kind of faith that follows him even if you don't have all the answers in advance. Remember, if you can't stay with us for the entire program today, visit PastorPaul.net where you can listen to all of our recent messages on demand and get details about how to listen on any of your favorite digital platforms. PastorPaul.net.
Yellow bird, come fly away with me. And fly away. Fly away with me. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Fly away. Woo! Roosevelt, you are so fine.
His entire life to this point in blindness and has been ignored.
So fine, traffic's moving again. I guess the big fight's over. So the guy's off to the hospital to get his nose checked out.
And Jesus didn't just happen, but it was a divine appointment
Mixing, I don't know what the hell happened to the other guy.
to experience and encounter God through Jesus Christ. God is a personal God. He knows your life personally.
Yellow bird. Yeah, the guy that I was talking to lives in the duplex rental next across the alley. I gotta eat some peanuts.
And Sarah finally said, put that woman out. Sarah said, Abraham,
Man.
put her out. She's got to go. And Abraham said, but sweetheart, she is the mother of my child, Ishmael. And Sarah said, yes, put him out with her. And Abraham was troubled, but God spoke to him and said, do it. Because while you got to cast him away, you got to know him in charge of what happened. And they were out in the desert, had run out of their provisions, thinking they were going to
Anybody have a request?
smell under a bush and
I can't guarantee it,
watch my son die. And
but I try.
then wept. The Lord,
It looked like the guy got smashed in the nose or something.
don't you know that God sees you? And God wasn't just looking at her, but he was
I'm guessing that he got the worst of it.
divine purpose. And his purpose was her life was not to be destroyed.
I'm guessing.
And he raised her up, provided for them, gave them water in the desert. And he told her, he said, not only are you going to live, but I'm going to make a nation from this son. I want to let you know, you might feel insignificant, you might feel persecuted and discarded, but you need to know you're important to God.
I'm hungry today.
We learn here is not only that we're
Saturday night in the hood, Melody. This has got to be the hottest street in town. And she's finding the stairway to heaven. Yeah, my boy got the worst of it out there. It looked like he really got cold cocked. This is not the neighborhood. You want to get into a fight.
which means you must do the things he's called you to do. There are some things that are not optional for the child of God. And doing the will of God is not,
You know, it's not, the cops aren't going to arrest anybody.
it's done, it's wise.
You know, there's a couple boys mixing it up in the hood.
There are some things for you to do. If God has told you to have a certain ministry, you've got to do it. If God has told you to start a business in his name, you've got to do it. If God has told you to partner with a certain church, you've got to do it. If God has told you to give your resources to the kingdom, you've got to do it. You must do the things he has called you to do. There's a sense of urgency.
Oh, man.
I must do the will of God who sent me. Must do it.
Damn thing went right down.
Parenthetically, if you're
Yeah, my boy looked like he, I don't think he's got a broken nose. Maybe across the bridge.
upon you, you'll never experience peace until you surrender.
It's hard to say. I didn't see the other guy.
You surrender.
I don't know.
You can make money, have a good job, have a great family around you, but there'll be an ache in your soul that never goes away.
You see that new video where they give this to you round by beat?
Destined you for something that is of eternal.
Roseland,
Jesus said in one place, he that
I was at Mass tonight.
shall abide forever. So you gotta do the will of God. And if you're trying to run away from his will,
And Father Aaron, the priest, like,
God's been speaking to you about
I don't know, he's like, he was over somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. He said, I decided to take a different route back.
it. I've told you many times before.
I decided to go down Roseland. That's where I live here. And you're like, oh. It was so nice on up on the street. There was all these colorful and little Mexico and so much fun with families and stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm thinking to myself, bro, you don't know the half of it. You have a very, you got a weird view. He's like, all the families, it was wonderful, and you ought to be here when the cars are racing down at 90 miles an hour. It was pretty funny. He said, oh yeah, it was really nice, and I was so happy I rode down. Thought that's pretty funny. Guys from Detroit.
Until you get in the will of God. And people on the boat didn't even know God was
I don't know. Don't ever look up Megan's Law, Megan's List down here. Your hair will stand on end. You couldn't even swing a cat around here without some register defender. Looks like I'm the odd person out in the club. All right, let's go feed the cats. Don't rush me, you bums. All right, you little suckers. Oh, man. Keep your drawers on. Yellow bird, come fly away with me. Yeah. You all do with Rosie? I haven't seen Rosie in forever. What did you all do with Rosie? What did you all do with Rosie? Huh? Probably got hit by a vehicle. They're in attack mode. There they are. All Simba gets is TLC. Simba! Magic's like, I'm gonna go eat elsewhere tonight. Like, I'm gonna go eat elsewhere. Let's flip that around. Oh boy. Simba! What are you doing? Simba! Simba! Simba. 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 Come here. I got you. Boy. Digging it, digging it, digging it. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Hey, Aaron. I don't know. Suddenly, just one day you just notice, like, oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Rosie around in a while. Like, what the hell happened? Like, what the heck happened? Yeah, the appetites are never hurting around here. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it tonight. I'm pretty tired, so thank you for being along this evening. To my moderators, thank you. Thank you very much for everything. Judy, Shimei, Ronnie, and Scottish Saren, thank you. I sure appreciate all of you. I'm pretty tired tonight, so it's just going to be a real shorty. Thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button.